typically like you usually wouldn't be because it is East Washington, but we've been going through the ringer for the last 4 weeks. And I love those kind of games. Like how Florida State's schedule's been. Like, I'm not ragging on Florida State, but outside of LSU, it's not really fun to watch. Now, Louisville was close too for you. Actually, I had to take that back. But it's a weird, like, it's not an exciting fun because it's a stress. Louisville was like USF. Like, that was a stressful fun. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't hoping for that. And the first game was obviously a bum. So it's like, look, it's great getting the W's, but as a fan, you're like, all right, I get it. We can score on these guys. Like, thank God. And obviously, too, with it being week 1, like, are you really seeing your new guys come in? Yes and no. But during the middle of the season, I feel like we've paid our dues. It's a good little break. And then Mizzou should be a fun game, I think, even though we should walk over that. And then after that, we're right back into it. Right back into the swing of things.
Georgia it's a 50-50.
Neutral,
Georgia, at Texas A&M, who looks like they may still have a pulse.
That's gonna be a fun game.
Loss.
Yeah,
that'll be a packed house too. I mean, that's an environment. And then you have South Carolina at home. You finish with a tough road there, my man. You're 50-50 at Georgia. You're at Texas A&M. You get South Carolina at home. You go to a raucous environment out there in Nashville for Vanderbilt, and then you're at Florida State on a Friday of Thanksgiving weekend. So yeah, that's a tough road to hoe after a tough 4 games to start. So you do anyway. But this little stretch right here is really where you want to be able to get your guys some reps. So hopefully they can do that.
Got some love from C.J. Dorsey, $2 super chat. Thank you, my man. He goes, players finally being held accountable. With DeJuan Black not playing and the Trey Dean situation. Look, they're playing it off to an injury, but I think the noise was definitely heard after last week. And I got some flack too, as I knew that I would, showing Trey Dean some love. Who are we talking about putting in the slot? I see them talking about putting people in the slot. Yeah, I would love to see, love to see me get some Lorenzo time and see how well he does and if he can perform or not. It's interesting to see that he's not playing or getting any chances. But I think we saw the wide receiver core step up last week. Zipperer stepped up. So, I think I want to see those guys playing and still getting more comfortable, especially with Pearsall. Those guys moving and grooving and just getting comfortable catching the ball from Anthony, right? Getting comfortable with the play calling. This is a great game to let's go. Hey, let's see if this. We know the play calling is going to work, but it's how can we make Anthony comfortable? I watched the Gator breakdown film. That channel is incredible, by the way. I love that guy to death. I don't know him personally, but it's so informational. If you enjoy just kind of watching the X's and O's and understanding the game a little bit more, the guy. I mean, Florida, hire that guy. That guy's dialed in. He knows what he's talking about. He knows his stuff. It's incredible. But again, like I was funny because I watched his breakdown against the USF game. And what we struggled at and what we needed to work on, too many bunch formations, setting up at the pistol, having Anthony turn around. Going into the next game, I'm watching for this, and I was like, look, we're set up in the pistol, not as much in the bunch, but the play action, he's looking up, right? He still had his eyes down the field. He still has some criticism, which I was noticing as well too, is that they would hold it too long. They were trying to sell it a little bit too often. I felt at times too, like the QB draw, he wasn't selling it enough. Right, and those are small things. Those are things that you get better at. It's body language, right? Where it's like when the QB draw, hey, I need a full set, right? I mean, some of the best guys like play action that do a great job is Aaron Rodgers, and people don't realize too that the small details. It's as simple as I was watching the Sunday night football game against Justin Fields and Aaron Rodgers, and it was talking about the feet position on how Aaron Rodgers sets his feet a certain way to make sure that he can be. It basically just sets the tone for him to take the steps back. So we can get into a rhythm where Justin Fields in college, he was step a certain way, and now he's changing his feet positions to give him a better 1-2 step explode, right? 1-2 step pop. So those are things that obviously they're not being taught because Justin Fields didn't know it in college. He's just now learning it, that these are small details that if you can get a hold of this now and you can build it into your repetition and make a habit out of it, you're going to be that much better and greater than everybody else. And that's where I think we see this transition from the college to the NFL. These guys are struggling because they don't have those small, minute details of, hey, sell the QB draw. Hey, sell the play action a little bit more. Don't hold it here, right? But actually go through the motions, because if you were to really hand it off, what do? You hand it off and you go past. You don't sit there. You're not Wake Forest, right? So
right.
Small details, but it was good to see him get better. And he did say he got better, too. There was one play where the guy, and we can't always see how the progression is past the screen, but where he's had a higher bird's eye view, You see the guys go out. There's nowhere to go. Anthony throws it away, which is the right thing to do. We're frustrated as fans, like, why you throw it away? Well, you can see pretty quickly they're stacking the box. They're wanting you to throw, but the defense did great, and it was poor play calling. And the guy said that was a poor play call, which improved over the game, which I think we realized that's how he was able to throw so much. Is the play calling did improve as time went on. So all these things are very promising things. Again, the guy was incredible. I didn't watch the defense side of it yet, but I did watch the offensive side already. So loved it.